back to what does it have to do with purpose? Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, I've had that yearly reminder, but then then you have those times where you have a friend die at a relatively young age for
Sure.
for us.
Yeah.
You have something that is changing, or a huge change in your life one way or another.
Mm.
And and I feel like your purpose not only changes with the stages in your life, but it also changes as you have those reminders that you are you're mortal.
Yeah. Do you believe that in order to have a fulfilling life, you have to have purpose? Whatever that purpose means to you.
Yeah, because what the hell are you doing? I mean, like I I feel lucky that I have some type of purpose. I feel that there are people that maybe if they don't have purpose, that's where they, go down a path to where, it's not good.
Right. Could be.
And then, you hear about the redemption of people,
Yeah.
when they go down the path, and then, and then they find purpose either within them, intrinsically, or
they find
extraneously.
themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so that there's something, and for some people that's religion, for some people that is their kids, some people that is, sometimes in a job, or a career, or sometimes that's, building, something, whether it be, something in your personal life, something in your business.
Yeah, it could be.
Um, and, so yeah, sometimes you use that as a way to frame your life in order to move towards a direction that would make you better. So if that's what your purpose is, no matter what that purpose is, and unless you're screwing over somebody else,
Well,
I'm with you.
Your purpose could be to take over the world.
Hey,
I mean,
Pinky in the brain.
Would you agree with the thesis that many people on the planet struggle to find purpose?
Yeah, of course,
in their daily lives,
right? I mean, and that's why you get slapped in the face when when you have a divorce, when you lose your job,
right?
When
you're like, things were not like I thought they were.
Well, it's not just that, Gene. It's like there was something there that was right behind you, going, hey, hey, tapping you on the shoulder. You need to pay attention to this. You need to pay attention to this. And then the next thing that happens is you get slapped in the face, and you go, wait a minute, I didn't see it coming. But guess what? It's been there all along. So back to purpose, like if you maybe are not living life with some type of purpose, whatever your purpose is, then you're going to get slapped in the face, and it's going to happen to you more often than not. And I've been slapped in the face many times. Literally, and
we told you to stop doing that.
Yeah. But figuratively and literally, like it's happened because I was not living the way that maybe I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I was lying to myself. There's another part of that too, that I'm going this direction and everything's good. But I wasn't doing all the things that, like, if you really have a purpose, then the people that have purpose and know what they're trying to do, like, those are the people, A, that you read about, B, that, are profiled somewhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
But if you're not heading towards something, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
And are you always in purgatory at that point?
I think a lot of people are.
And
you and I found you and I, if I remember right, I just had a podcast with somebody, and I spoke a lot about Coach Divine.
Yep.
I talk about him. Anybody listens to this knows who I'm talking about. You and I kind of found him at the same time, I think.
Yep.
Maybe you've seen him before or whatever. I don't remember if you introduced him to me or we were just like stumbled upon it. I remember I remember distinctly sitting there on the desk, just like this one, watching on the big TV in one of our old offices or whatever, like all the Seal Fit videos that they'd put together. It was like 9 episodes or whatever. We just sat there all day and watched
the the Kokoro,
events. he has that saying, master yourself, serve others. I'll get back around to that. I think, one of the things I see a lot with the gym in particular for people, trying to get in shape or to train for some event or whatever, is they're trying to find motivation. They struggle with motivation.
Yeah.
How do I get motivated? What's my motivation? And like Jocko will tell you, discipline. Find discipline. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm down with that. I think everybody needs some discipline, but I think motivation comes from having some sort of like purpose. I don't want to say purpose driven because that's like trademarked or something, but like a mission. You know what I mean? And I think that mission, and what Coach Divine would teach you, is that mission should come from a set of personal values that you create. You sort of author.
Yeah.
You almost have to create them. So it's like a mantra. Like samurai had Bushido, right? And they wrote it down. Like Spartans had like Spartan culture that was like spoke of and told to other people. Not that everybody has to be some kind of warrior, but I mean, this is the warrior mindset. But my point is like, I mean, have you've done that? I mean, you kind of have a little mantra. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
But
happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, and free.
Yeah, there you go. You have a little mantra that's also sort of like a guidepost for your personal values. And I see it. I've known you for a long time, and I've watched you make moves and decisions, and I've watched you sort of, in your latest job, let's sort of get promoted and do more work and stuff. And it sort of drives you.
Yeah. But I start with happy and end with free.
Yeah.
And there's a reason. Like,
explain it.
My senior quote, I remember, was something to the effect of like, I just want to be happy. And I kept looking back at that like years later. Like, God, what an idiot.
It's real though.
It's real, because that drives everything else. If I'm not happy, then it's really hard to push myself to be healthy.
Yeah.
So happy, healthy. And if I'm not happy and I'm not healthy, well, guess what? It's really hard to become wealthy. And I want to clarify again, wealthy is not being rich. Yeah. It's about being able to afford yourself opportunities out there. Sometimes they're money, sometimes they're jobs.
Sometimes it's just enjoying time with your family.
Exactly. And it's having the opportunities to do the things that you want.